Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Last time we did Isaac with the D6 again. We have been very heavy on Isaac with the D6. We got down to the lamb. We kind of took some shortcuts, and that probably hurt us a little bit. But in the process, we got the Ankh, and when we died, we came back as the blue baby. That's what the Ankh does. So we could have defeated the lamb with the blue baby or Isaac, both of which would have been very successful and very nice. So let's try Samson here. Why not? Samson needs to go all the way to the lamb. Samson with his bloody lust item that increases your rage. Wow! D6 on the first pickup. So, interesting thing has just occurred. So, basically I am now like Isaac, except for my damage is higher. I have bloody lust as an item to start off with, and I think everything else is the same. Or close. See those skills there? She is coming, I just walk out of the way. Smooth like that. It probably doesn't look as cool as I thought. To me, it's like a Neo Matrix, where he's just walking out of the way of the bullets, or stopping the bullets. But no, yeah. Oh, that's an interesting thought. Is it in the Matrix that is portrayed in the Matrix movie that everybody has like a cool secret hobby thing? Because at the very beginning of the Matrix, and I don't remember watching the movie, so I could be getting all of this wrong. I probably are. But I'm fairly certain that Neo starts off as just a hacker in the Matrix. He doesn't know anything about it, the Matrix existing at all. So, is it that he was particularly special and was a hacker on top of everything else? Or was it a situation that they just, in general, give everybody a hobby like hacking? That's an interesting thought. Alright, so if I put a bomb here, can I do the little out and in trick? No, I cannot. I was hoping it would go in here. Hey, my TV just screwed up. You probably heard that. Alright, it's back. It's working for the moment. Hasn't done that in a while. I'm hoping maybe that's just a one-time thing. It has been getting worse in doing that, I think, actually. It's just, I've probably been turning a blind eye to it. But yeah, was the Matrix composed of people that like everybody had this own slightly fantasy life going on? Because he was supposed to be the super hacker. So does that mean like other people were running around the Matrix and they were thinking that they were superheroes, or they were doing some kind of really important job when they really, well, of course they weren't because they were in a simulation, but was that them keeping them in check by giving them fancy things? Or did most people just have boring lives and not do anything? Now, if you come back and think, oh yes, that the Matrix gave you your own desires and want for a thrill, and so it would... Is this HP up? This is. I'll take that. So who's to say that the entire Matrix conflict wasn't just the Matrix once again? I guess that's kind of what they were trying to hint at too at the end of the third series, was that it was all connected still, and they were still in the Matrix even when they thought they were out of it. I guess that's what they were trying to hint at. Either that, or they were trying to make an argument that the entire universe was a simulation and it was all fake. I don't know, they went off the rails so many different ways that it's hard to tell. I mean, man, I'm kind of psyched about this D6. D6 on the first try. I really wish I could have gotten this, though. Let's take the pill and let's move on. So I didn't think I was going to get to play the D6. I kind of reject the thought in the Matrix that the Matrix had to be boring and full of struggle, because the human brain would just naturally, from birth even, reject the concept of getting everything you want. Because if I really buy into that theory, that humans absolutely need to struggle in their lives, or they will always question their reality, then I have to say humans are doomed as a society, because eventually, maybe 400 or 500 years from now, there won't be any struggle in life. Everything will be super automated, super easy, and I would hate to think people couldn't learn to deal with that. And that's more likely people will learn to find. I'm sure when the cars first came out, people were saying, oh, people will become lazy because they won't know how to ride horses anymore. Or, I'm sure when calculators came out, people said, oh, people will become stupid because they won't know how to do arithmetic anymore. And arguably that one is true. But it's not that we got stupider, it's that all the brain power and concentration that people used to have to put into doing arithmetic and longhand on paper is now freed up for potentially dumber things like the internet and social relationships and such. But that's a little disingenuous too, because how could any mathematician do the quantum theories and things that they are doing today, the super high level calculations that they are doing today, if they were spending all of their life just by hand on giant chalkboards calculating the problems that previous generations had to calculate by hand. So everything's derivative, and everything's about freeing up the human brain for more time to do whatever else they want to do. So I would like to hope and think that as struggle leaves all of societies, we all become a more artisan society, and it's just generally accepted that everybody reads and everybody writes and everybody sings and everybody paints and all that. So we could have a potential renaissance of art come about through the lack of struggle. No keys, and not enough rooms to get the D6 up. So I guess there is a bit of a problem with getting the D6 on the first floor. By the time you're at the second floor boss, you don't have enough without buying a battery or finding a battery. I was a little down on batteries being added to the game. I don't recall them at the very beginning at least. And it really, at the beginning when I started playing, felt like they were giving me too many batteries and not enough hearts. Now that I've gotten slightly better at playing the game and taking less stupid damage, as I take more stupid damage here in this fight, batteries are not that common. So I think they've got the balance pretty good. I wouldn't say probably perfect, but they've got it pretty good. And the pill. Now a bombs are key pill, if pulled when you have two, both 0 bombs and 0 keys, will do nothing. Unlike a 2 of spades or 2 of diamonds. Okay, well. Let's see. Explosive diarrhea. Health down, that sucked. Evil up. Damage up. Hemoptysis. Full health. Explosive diarrhea. And goat head. So, I say all in a good day's work right there. We screwed it up a little bit, but when you have 3 demon chests, you just never know. Any one of them could randomly take you to the deal with the devil room. So, maybe there's like a second there. If I run really fast into them, I can hit all 3, but not really. So I end up doing this fight anyways, which is fine because I wanted the D6 changed. Deals with the devil. Well, I've already taken all the deals with the devil. On this floor. But I have the go ahead, so I'll get it again at the end of the floor. Perhaps if I roll the D6, it'll give me an angel instead of a deal with the... I doubt it. Not with evil up and all that going on. Keys. What is this, Gemini? Lard? Bucket of lard, HP up by 2. I'll take that. I would love to see more concepts like the Matrix come about. Not the exact same concepts like the Matrix, but a interesting enough thought that catches people's attention. They came out with that movie Snowpiercer, and while it was some good action scenes and all of that, the general concept did not grab me and just sounded really silly. That the entire planet froze, but somehow this train was so over-designed that it can make a full circle around the globe each year and keep a few thousand alive on this train and really the Snowpiercer, I think it had only been like 40 or 50 years that people have been living on this train, but there was no realistic possible way, because it would have had to been much larger than what they depicted it as. It would have had to have a lot more food and just trees and production of things, and it was really kind of a allegory, I think, for, I think a lot of it had an allegory of classism that was somewhat related to the producer's own experiences. I think he's like a South Korean or something like that. And so it's certainly, yeah, I think he's South Korean. And he put himself in the movie. I think he was the guy that didn't speak English, whereas everybody else did except for his daughter. So there's no item at the moment. But yeah, I don't think the concept is that grasping. It's silly to get on a train and be stuck on the train, and for there to be a lower class of people on the back of the train, and they're spending great effort to just fight their way to the front of the train. That's experimental treatment. All stats up and then shuffle. Alright, well, damage is high because of rage. Alright, so now I've said I want to see more shows with that concept. Now here is the caveat and the flip side of that coin. The Matrix was made by the Wachowski siblings. Now, one of them has had a gender reassignment surgery, so they're not brothers as they once were. They're siblings. Oh, that did not work. But that's neither hide nor hair. No pun intended. They completely stole the movie from an anime called Ghost in the Shell. It is 100% stolen from the general concepts that are brought about and displayed a lot better in Ghost in the Shell. Now they also watched a couple other animes and mixed it all together and came up with somewhat of an original derivation of it, but for the most part it is just straight up stolen. So did they really come up with the concept? No. I mean, not for a second did they come up with the concept. I got to deal with the devil. I can take the matchsticks, or I can find the other item. So, do I want to really call them out on that and say they're horrible for stealing the idea? Really, I want to do the opposite. I want to say I think more people should go watch more anime and steal more ideas from it. Wow, I mean, think about it for a second. What could they do with Psychopath? With a little tweaking and make a movie somewhat close, similar to that, that would be pretty awesome. Yeah. What could they do with, well, Neon Genesis if you take one of the many themes that were shown originally? So I would say on Neon Genesis, you're either going to have to decide you're going to make it a story about a child who is not really had a good relationship with his father, and he's having this real struggle in getting his life going. Or you're gonna cut all of that part out, and you're gonna make it be a story about probably adults fighting these giant alien angels that are trying to destroy the planet. And if you do that, you've got real steel. You certainly put more of the Christian imagery in it and play with that. That'll irritate half the potential audience, but it'll invigorate some too. Probably not as many. I think you do better with the father-son story, because that's the real story. That you realize that's the real story as you get older. For the many endings of Neon Genesis Evangelion, there are certainly endings in it that can be interpreted that everything you saw on screen was simply just imagination, not real at all. Chest doesn't want to come. That doesn't want to come. That doesn't want to come. If I could get like one bomb. I need to get one bomb. Let's see. There's an old anime called Armitage the Third, which is so old at this point most people probably couldn't get it or watch it or have little interest in watching it. It certainly brings up thoughts about what makes a human human, what makes a robot robot. Does it really matter? The general story about Armitage the Third is that there's there's actually 4 generations of androids created. And there was the 3rd generation and the 4th generation were made in secret. And the 3rd generation of androids is completely human, act completely human, have no idea that they are robots, I think, for most of them, and have the ability to procreate with humans. So in that thought, this was set on Mars, and as part of an effort for Mars to become its own independent planet as it's being colonized, you would need to increase the population as best you could. And so the 3rd androids were sneakily invented and introduced to the population, and have been living in with people pretty much their entire lives. You know, if I got Skatol here, that would be probably one to roll. Alright, so what if I do this? 22 and a double shot, probably better than IV bag. Sadly, no bomb. No bomb in that. There is definitely stories in like Gundam. I'm not a huge Gundam fan, but that is a very heavy political drama. You could filter that out, dumb it down for Americans, and just come out with a great story. There's Code Geass, which is a great reveal at the end of whatever series of it I saw. There's probably more that's gonna come out, and probably more that has come out. In fact, I'm almost certain there's more that has come out and I haven't seen it. But I watched like the 1st and 2nd TV season, and the reveal in that was amazing. It really tricked me probably into believing that they had a plan all along, and they weren't just, they were really working towards something. Probably wasn't true, I'll fully admit that. But if you could take that, work with that concept of that secret reveal, which I won't spoil at the moment, there's a lot you could do there. There's many, many animes that you could turn around and make movies. But then also, I am not a big fan of just Hollywood people taking animations and trying to remake them completely the same. Like we have had for many, many decades, almost 100% terrible live action remakes by Hollywood of anime. There was Dragon Ball Z movie, there's supposed to be Ghost in the Shell supposed to come out. So I mean, they're gonna try and do Ghost in the Shell, and then people are gonna go back and say, hey, that's exactly like the Matrix, and they stole that. And people are gonna be so wrong about that because it was the other way around. Admittedly, they completely admitted that they stole it, the general concepts from it. And that's not what I'm saying that they should do. They should take the concepts, they should steal them as any good playwright or writer or musician listens to all kinds of music and derives things from it and steals things from it in a sense. That's what they should do. They should come up with a new original concept based on things. Because really they don't need to come out with an Armitage the Third live action movie. If I want to go see Armitage the Third, well, I'm one of the lucky ones who managed to buy the DVD when it was out. And actually I own several DVDs of, at this point, pretty rare movies that are anime movies, and probably some other movies too. And even though I don't go back and watch them even like once a year or anything like that, I am super happy I bought them because they're just totally out of print these days. I mean, just, it would probably be $100 a DVD for one movie if I had to go try and find some replacements. And some of them were super rare when I bought them. And it took me like a year to buy one TV series box set, and it cost me about $150 to get it. But I mean, I knew it was rare, and I was only going to get rarer, and it was already out of print. And the reason why they are so rare is that just not that many people buy DVDs, and certainly not that many people buy anime DVDs. If they do buy them, they're buying a lot of Dragon Ball Z stuff that gets printed over again, over and over again. So yes, I can always go back and watch Armitage if I want to. No reason to make that exact movie. I don't even really need, for curiosity's sake, to see what would happen if it was a live action, because it's not just Hollywood that does it. Japanese people make live actions of animes all the time, and they are always these awful, low budget, ridiculous things that are just cash grabs. That's all they are, and that's all they can ever be. I'm trying not to make the argument that animation is the superior form of art, which is, it's just that they're different forms of art. It's the right way to say it. When you have to have a expert actor do something, it is more difficult than to have a team of expert animators just draw something to exactly how you want it drawn. some sense it's easier to get a single creator's vision shown by through any kind of animation, whether it's anime or just cartoons or cartoons or whatever. I don't know if any other countries that really heavily do that too much. There's probably some. Oh yeah, so I have the golden key. What is this? I have to take this because I don't know what it is. Ball of tar, sticky feet. Okay. Golden key. If I just had 2 more, that's all I need. 2 more coins. We probably can get 2 more coins. So we know what ball of tar is now. I think this was a new item. I don't think I've ever gotten it before. There's a bomb, so I can bomb my way into the pain room. So with max damage and with maximum damage and a double shot, I'm doing, well, I'm not even at max damage. I got the rage damages. Can't even pick those up. I've got my health up too high. What? Oh no, I'm going to the coin shop. This Curse of the Maze has got me turned around. Mom's purse. So now I have room for 2 trinkets. Can I go get a trinket somewhere? No, I think I left the other trinket on the last floor. Two coins. But yeah, that whole conversation is just really the long way of saying I want to be blown away. I just want to be blown away. And there haven't been a lot of movies or TV series that have blown me away. Part of the problem, a big part of the problem, in my opinion, is that so rarely does a single individual get the opportunity to see his vision fulfilled as he sees it. It is almost always more and more people want to put their 2 cents into. Favorite TV series probably is the Babylon 5 TV series, and let's see what the deals with the devil are. Well, I don't think this will change, so drill bumps, and he got most of what he wanted. So Mom's coin purse will just give me pills galore. I don't need an HP up, so let's just take it. Telepills. Hey, how... yeah, and part of the reason why he was able, J. Michael Straczynski was able to produce the product he wanted to produce is partially because he's a lunatic. I mean, he's not certifiably a lunatic or anything, I'm not trying to slander the man, but he is certainly the right type of obsessed, that he has thought everything through and knows what he wants and is gonna work to get it. And he's not really the type of person that would probably compromise that much. And because of that, also part of the reason why Babylon 5 worked is because it was really the first TV series to ever have CG effects, and that was really interesting. But it was also on like TBS, which got a much lower viewership, and so it's probably one of the best shows that was ever made, and most people didn't even see it because it wasn't on a big 4 or maybe big 3 at the time. Yeah, it would have been the big 3. It would have been ABC, CBS, NBC, CW. I don't even know if we're calling CW one of the big 4 even now. And Fox. Let's see, ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox. Yeah, they're the big 4. Yeah, CW is a far behind 5th, if anything, and maybe TBS beats them out. It's really impossible to tell with the rating systems being screwed up as they are. But yeah, a lot of people didn't see it. It was supposed to be, there's rumor that a lot of what was Deep Space Nine was stolen from Babylon 5, which came out like a year after the first season aired. So there's a little bit of competition there. Probably hurt it a little bit. I don't want that either. This is like a bomb, is all it is. So you best friends to the end. Put them here. And that's it. It's like a time delay bomb, and that's it. I think probably enemies will go towards him. So you have people like J. Michael Straczynski. You have people like oh, there's a lot of other people. I would want to put George Lucas in this category, but I am really of the opinion George Lucas was at his best when he was being held back by his wife and other people who would question him. Once he was given the keys to the kingdom, he made the original episode 1, 2, and 3 nonsense and changed everything in the original TV series, which Star Wars movie series. That is also true for J.J. Abrams. Once he was given the keys to the kingdom, he got worse. Can't really say that much about J. Michael Straczynski in that fact, because he really wasn't ever given permission to make any real other TV series except for more Babylon 5 spin-offs every now and then. Health up, oh man, talk about a pill I don't need. Just take it, why not? Oh, I shouldn't have taken it, that was dumb. Man, I just make some dumb mistakes sometimes. If I'd left it, done a deal with the devil, come back. Yeah, why didn't I think of that? Why do I always think of the good moves after I do it? Probably because I'm talking and distracting myself. I think I deserve a little bit of credit for as much as I talk. And even though I do get quiet quite often, and I am genuinely sorry about that. The truth is, to do as good as I do, and be talking, I think deserves a little bit of credit. But then again, I'm sure lots of people think I suck at all games, and it's probably true. There was definitely a factor in once games became online, people started learning that they weren't bad at games. Before video games were online, you could be very, very bad at the system, and as long as you didn't compare yourself to too many people, you would never realize anything was wrong with it. For instance, the arcade stuff and all that, those scores would all often get reset in the middle of the night because they'd turn off the machines, and so you'd be set with the default things if you were looking at those things at all, which you might very well might not be. Let's see. Up, down, hemoptysis. So I have a hemoptysis and a hemoptysis. I don't think it would be a smart move to use these hemoptyses. I got 3 of them though. Let's see. Look at my hearts and let's see if this works. That's 4. That's 3. And that's 1. Hey! So 3 pills did work. It got me a little bit higher. Well, I want to do explosive diarrhea because I have the bomb. Every time I bomb a rock, I have a chance of getting items. A pretty good chance. Alright, so let's do this. Come on. Yeah, I guess that worked. Stem cells. It's just an HP up item too. I'm getting picky with the items here. What is this? Alright, I'll take them. I wasn't gonna be able to get another charge anyways. Gonna cheat here just to ensure I had enough to get the habit. Don't need the key. Bomb will be fine. Alright, well, that's what we can do. I think we're gonna, this is depths 2. Could have bombed these rocks. Or these rocks. But 2 mom's foot, here we go. If your foot looks like mom's foot, I'd recommend you see a doctor ASAP. Also, if your foot is squishing out of the top of a shoe, you shouldn't be wearing shoes. Shoot. I done screwed up. I done screwed up on that. Without maybe the missing page, I can't get to the dark place, and that's where we were going. I hit the wrong one. Done screwed up. I don't know what to do. Unless I can find the missing page, we've messed up this run. Yeah. I suppose we should just go to She-Hole anyways. There's really no reason. I mean, no, as far as I know, there's no real reason. I don't know if I could blow this up without blowing him up. I've totally forgotten what I was talking about before. At this point, that one move. We were talking about movies a long time ago, and then I think we transitioned to something else. Yep. When I start getting forgetful, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the call of the night. And by that I mean I'm getting sleepy, starting to forget things. A few more minutes, maybe an hour or so, I'll start losing my ability to play. I'm probably already started losing my ability to play and just don't recognize it, but yeah, I can feel it. It comes on quickly. Which is funny because then the tiredness comes on, but then the sleeplessness comes up right behind it. So it's not like I then immediately, as soon as my head hits the pillow, fall asleep. No, it's usually 6 to 8 hours these days of trying to get to sleep. Insomnia. Possibly anxiety. I don't know why I'm anxious, but you know, anxiety is a disease that's not about what's happening in your life as much as it is what's happening chemically in your brain. So you can be anxious and have absolutely no reason to be anxious, and often are, which then sometimes gives you anxiety about being anxious and creates a infinite loop. Speaking of loops, I hear that, at least to some extent, Microsoft is going to be porting their .NET infrastructure to GitHub and some sort of open source API program to get more people involved in it. I haven't done enough research to figure out what all that really means, and we probably won't know until it actually happens. But part of what the fear would be of having let's see, 2 hearts to fly and then 1 for companion. Let's re-roll these. I don't think we can use we need to go deeper. We can skip Mom's heart. So now I'm Guppy. And the question is, do I want to take this for a red heart? And I guess I do. Speed and range up. Rage up. Do I want to look around here? No, not really. Alright, so since we're gonna skip Mom's heart here, that won't give us an Eden token or anything like that, but that's fine. It will get us down to She-Hole. That's what we intended to do. We were looking for mysterious paper. I don't see how we're gonna find it. can't use the shovel to get to the dark place. This is a good, at least we'll probably be able to show you what happens when you have the Polaroid to take the Polaroid to the she-hole, which mostly nothing happens. Oh yeah, that's the scapegoat. Scapegoat does not look unique enough, and I think they've done this on purpose to troll me. It just does not look enough like it's not an enemy. If you want to talk to the guy who has caused me the most stupid damage, it's this guy right here. I want to leave this. I am Guppy. I am creating flies. I like that. Bombs and items. Loki. A little double trouble Loki here. Go ahead and use the shovel to show you it does not work. Well, let's see what the Pandora's box does. Well, it gives us a black heart and the Book of Belial. I'll take that. Let's see. Waste bombs. Alright. Laser beam and these guys. That worked pretty well. This super secret room. Nope, not even a secret room. Yeah, I can feel I'm getting quieter. Sorry about that. I can feel the sleep. My eyelids are getting heavier. You know, if I couldn't wish for like $1 billion, if I had a very short list of things I could wish for that I'll never get, just never having to sleep would probably be really high on the list. I just want to like never need to sleep and not go crazy, which is the common thought. If you don't sleep, I don't want to go any crazier, and maybe I'm already crazy. That's a debate for a different day. But I would like to just eliminate that thought. Just stop having to sleep. So explosive diarrhea doesn't really work, but for one straight line. Let's see. I suppose I have a duty to try this Just get everybody. Clear this floor. I need that trinket. I need the missing page if I have even a chance. Unless there's something about this game, for as many times as I've beaten it at this point, that's gonna let me go down to the dark place. This is not gonna work. It just isn't. But alright. We're doing some major damage on the 2020 with the rage up and all that, and it certainly helps to go everywhere and do everything, because that just gets the rage up, that just gets our attack up. But we've got nothing here. We've got nothing. There's no reason why we should lose this fight, but that's going to be the end of this game. Satan! We got to pop strength. Boom, 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 boom. Alright. One more time. Now, get him with the flies. Still got plenty of flies. And this should be the end of the game. We failed. Really, we failed. I mean, talk about a crazy game. Our goal was to get to the dark place. We had gotten everything else done, and that's all we needed to do was get to the stupid dark place. And because I made one mistake, I ran into the Polaroid instead of the dumb negative, which is the item I needed. We failed. And after the fight with Mom's foot, this whole run was doomed. Just a waste of time. Really. I mean, win streak, yay. If that counts for anything, but that's it. We're gonna have to do it again now. But first things first, I'm gonna get some sleep. I'm at least happy that I did not fall asleep in the middle of this game. That is something to be at least a little bit proud of. So I didn't lose and die because I was too tired, but I can feel it now, and it's time to go to bed. So as always, like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of the video. Have a good evening.